Step into the sports brewery where the game's on blast. Braga, King, and Ski leading the podcast. From the first down to the buzzer beating 3, we're breaking it down from A to Z. Braga brings the flair like a maestro on the pitch. Kings ruling the court with every word a switch. And Ski's on the slopes with tricks up his sleeve. Together they're a trio, you got to believe. Welcome to the Sports Brewery Podcast where the brew's just right. Braga, King, and Ski. Keeping it tight, grab a seat, hit play, let the vibes flow. In this brew of sports talk where legends grow.
Okay, what are you yelling about?
What do you guys watch on TV? Because you don't watch sports.
No, absolutely not.
And you didn't watch, neither of you guys watch like the one thing on Sunday everyone in America was watching?
It's on my TV right now.
Yeah, today's Thursday.
Yeah, you're right. Hey, you know what? This shit is 3 hours, my guy. Like, cut me a little slack.
Listen, I never said it was not too long.
This isn't like one of your movies that we need to watch.
I'm just saying, okay? I'm fascinated.
Did you watch all 3 hours, King, or did you?
I mean, it was on.
I made it out. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's my plan. That's my plan. Like tonight, so I was watching it before we started, and then I'm gonna watch it after while I'm editing and posting everything. So I'll get all of it. It's Nikki Glazer right now, and I kind of want to see Nikki Glazer because she's actually a funny roaster. So I'll do that shit later. So the question Ski was asking before we started though is like, why roast Tom Brady? Like, what's the point of roasting Tom Brady? And I'm like, I think it's because they're gonna like Netflix is investing in this, right? So they're like they're gonna do a bunch. They're gonna do a bunch more of these, and so you start with.
Are we wasting this just on dead air?
No,
we're going.
Yeah, we're
okay, all right.
Yeah, bro.
I mean, they're investing in live TV. I mean, they had the John Mulaney thing on Friday, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, whatever. Yep. Cat Williams on Saturday, Tom Brady on Sunday. Streaming service has live TV. They've reinvented cable. It's awesome. It's cool. Love it.
Hulu's had live sports for years now.
Changing the game. Yeah, I know Hulu has live sports. I mean, live if you don't count the like 45-second delay and everything. But yeah. Yeah, I was just watching Drew Bledsoe go after him, and Bledsoe had some bangers. So I don't know. We'll see. I like roasts though. Like I sort of always have. I don't know.
Apparently not enough to gather around with the rest of America and watch it live on Sunday.
I'm gonna gather around with my 12-year-old and just watch a roast of Tom Brady, who's a person that my child has never heard of or gives a shit about.
I mean, that makes it less personal. It's perfect.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you got no skin in the game, then you can.
It's not like it's not like they're roasting you.
Yeah.
Full disclosure, Sunday nights are game nights with the family. So that's what I was doing instead of watching the Tom Brady.
Okay.
So
all right. Okay.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying. Give me some credit here. I watched a fucking NBA basketball game yesterday. How about that?
Look at this guy watching sports.
And then today you realize it was from 2003.
Yeah. No, it was NBA TV.
Parker's still.
Yeah.
Tony Parker's still playing?
Yeah.
Wow, round, mound, or rebound. He's still doing it, huh? Wow, Dennis Rodman, that's some crazy hair. No, man, I watch Mavericks and OKC. Of all the fucking NBA games to watch. Ugh.
It's a good series, at least.
Yeah. All right, let's start the podcast, I guess. Whatever. Nobody wants to talk about the fucking roast, like whatever. We're just okay, fine.
So by the way,
yes.
Don't put this on air. Don't air this. We're not airing this, right?
No, we'll cut this out. Yeah, totally.
No,
yeah.
Honestly, you do.
I mean, no.
Okay, then I'm not.
Okay, we're live on Twitch right now. So if you have something you don't want to be said, then don't say it. I can edit it out of the podcast like the booze of Kim Kardashian if we want. But
not saying it.
All right, then don't say it.
Not
okay. Nobody's gonna make you say anything, man. Duck Chef says you should say it.
Nope. I'm not saying it, man.
Booble also says you should say it.
I'm not doing it.
That's 2 against
Sorry.
1. That's 2 against 1.
Some things cannot be said. Sorry.
I haven't seen an opinion from WCP. I don't know if he's in the chat or not. So until he says something, I guess we're not committed in making you say a thing. So.
Oh, I'm not saying it. So.
All right. He says, Booble says to text Ski so he can say it.
Nope. Right? Nope. You ruined the moment's gone. I didn't say. I'm just saying the moment's gone. It's not happening.
Okay. All right. Welcome to the podcast, everybody. I'm Alex. He's King. He won't say stuff. He's Ski. He says stuff. We have Twitter handles. They're on the picture of this podcast. Tweet at us if you want to. Who really cares? We are on Twitch, as I mentioned, twitch.tv/abrog87, ABRAWG87. You can watch us every Thursday. We might switch to Wednesday. I don't know when that's actually going to happen. If you missed those streams, then they are posted on YouTube, so you can find them there if you want to watch those. What else? Discord, Sports Brewery, and Discord. Get in there. It's a good time. WCP says you should post whatever you were going to say in the Discord instead. So,
I can't.
You can't. He can't do it. He can't. All right.
Well, can't do it. Won't do it.
Nope. That's golf. That's what it says on your hat.
That's what it does.
Is that Tokati?
This is not.
What is that? What is that logo?
Oh, that's him saying he's a Choctaw, but he's also a Chippewa.
Okay.
He's a Cherokee man.
Did you go to Tokati earlier?
Man, yeah.
Did I see you say something about Tokati earlier?
Yeah, I was there earlier today.
Earlier today. You gotta love that, man. Gotta love that. That's living. King. You ever had a weekday where you just like, you know what? I'm just gonna go drive out to Bend and play some golf.
Bend.
You know.
It ain't driving to Bend.
I mean,
river.
I just had to watch a flag football game out in Thurston. That's basically Bend.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like 20 degrees colder. There's mountains, and it's 40 mile per hour wind the whole time.
Oh,
it's Bend. It's Arctic.
Supposed to tee off, and guys come up and say, "Oh, these guys want to play ahead of you." We're like, all right. It's fucking Kelly Graves and his kids jumping in front of us.
And what did you say?
Tell them to fucking win a game or two in the conference, and maybe we'll let you pass us.
You got to earn it.
I guess that's how you know if I was close to Bend or not.
Yeah, I was gonna say the joke about being in Bend with Kelly Graves is very spot on.
Yeah, this wasn't like.
No, he did a 5-minute drive and was playing at Tokati. Yeah, that's funny.
What'd you shoot?
Yeah.
Tough conditions out there.
Oh, that's what it was.
No, it's windy.
Okay.
No, it's windy.
It was windy out there today.
You get those gusts. The ball just goes wherever it wants to go. Yeah. No, I get it. So you let them play ahead of you?
Yeah.
What do you guys got? A group of 8? You play?
5.
You got some elderly? Okay. All right. Jeez.
Oh, I can't say much when we know the pro there at Tokati, and they let us on for free. So kind of go with the flow of.
Is it still Stosh Jar?
It is, yes.
Okay, all right.
I don't hate that. Fair enough. We got to do a podcast outing at the T, at the Toke.
Good luck. There's minimal service out there.
Yeah. All right. No, I don't mean do the podcast. I mean golf.
Money is. Oh God.
Fuck the podcast.
Well, if you're not doing it live, if you're not doing it for clicks of some kind, what's the point of doing it?
We'll do it live. Well, we'll just take videos and post them later or something. I don't know. Whatever gets free golf. All right. Is there any sports to talk about? NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs, the Ducks recruiting.
Come on.
Yeah. Wait, come on. This fucking guy over here.
Come on.
Big
he doesn't watch
recruiting.
sports, but he
Without looking at your cheat sheet,
Big recruiting.
what were the two names of players Oregon football picked up this week?
So the safety from Alabama, Woodyard.
Okay, what's his first name?
Oh, Steven?
Nope.
Oh, I got nothing.
Gary.
Nope.
No.
Nope. Think Oregon point guard, Denver quarterback. That should be the easiest clue ever.
Denver quarterback. Russell?
And
That's
Oregon point guard.
Peyton.
Ew.
Okay. Peyton Woodyard. That's his name?
It might be Woodyard. I don't know.
All right.
I think it is Woodyard.
I
It
got
doesn't
nothing.
lie.
I got nothing on the defensive lineman guy, the dude from Michigan State. I got nothing. I can't remember his name at all. Yeah, he's good though.
Big Cruton guy.
Is he?
Derek Harmon. That's his name.
I mean, I'm just saying it's funny. Like, oh, 2-time All Big Ten. Well, yeah, he was like fourth team. I mean, at a certain point.
See, I think the funny thing about this is, like, because I did watch some videos of breaking down like these guys and Oregon's transfer portal class and who they're bringing in, like, because these guys are gonna actually play right away, and so it's nice to actually know things about them. Whereas like Oregon gets a 5-star recruit like Jurion Dickey or something. Who knows if he's actually gonna play ever? So
that's the thing. Do you trust the like portal rankings? He's like the number one defensive tackle portal guy.
Yeah, that's sort of the thing.
Do you look at that and be like, okay, he must be decent? Because was Christian Gonzalez the top portal secondary guy when we got him, or was he? I don't know.
I think so. Yeah.
So I don't know.
No, so I tend to believe those rankings more than the high school ones, because they've actually played games. Like when Tez came over, he had actually put up nice numbers at Troy. And so it's like, okay, well, maybe he'll do something here. When Holden came over, he's like, yeah, he put up some numbers in his freshman season at Alabama. So he is capable of doing things. So we'll see if he actually does. Like the thing I found funny though in watching these is Oregon didn't need these guys. Like these guys, like, so, and I think I mentioned this in the Discord too. It's like these guys are good and would be lock starters at other schools. Whereas Oregon brings them in, they might start, but they're really bringing them in for depth. And guys are cool transferring to Oregon to be depth guys and maybe start, maybe not. Whereas if they were to go somewhere else, they're definitely starting. So I don't know how big the bag is that Lanning has where he can do that sort of thing. Like it seems like Oregon at this point with like the transfer portal money and stuff is just a well-oiled fucking machine. Like because they're bringing in essentially whoever the hell they want. And guys are not guaranteed to play. Look, Dante Moore, for fuck's sake. Like Dante Moore like could be a starter at another school this year if he wanted to be. But he's like, nah, I'll go to Oregon. I'll be Dylan Gabriel's backup. Whatever. I'm not ready. I'm going to make money here anyways. What the hell, right? Like, it's wild.
Like, King, do you take stock in that these guys might be good with just how much crying there was from, like, USC message boards?
Well, I mean,
is that...
no, it's just, the funny thing is Oregon didn't need Derek Harmon.
No, it did not.
USC absolutely did. So, like,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, like, it's funny. We're like, oh, well, must be all about the money. Well, then get your bags up. Like, where's Steve Gutenberg? Doesn't he have like a building on your USC campus?
George Lucas.
Yeah, that guy's a bum. I'm talking Goots. Big guys like Goots. You know what I mean? Does Ernie Hudson have a building on USC's campus? Get some money from him. He's 65 and jacked. Just look it up.
Yo, fucking USC also should never be making any of those statements ever. Like being jealous of schools out paying them and shit. Like Reggie Bush just got his Heisman back, man. Like, what are we talking about here? You were paying people before it was cool to pay people. Like, stop it. You were giving people houses. I don't know.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Yeah. No, it's not alleged. That is proven. There's paper trails.
How much money do you think Goots was, pulling in from Police Academy movies, King? That he
was
going to be able to this like
6 figs. 6 figs, easy.
6 figs,
just
easy.
It's a returning rate on that. He put it away, stashed it away. Little IRA, a little Roth, a little, I'm hearing he was big on Microsoft right after that, and then Starbucks. That's just what my sources on the NIL streets are telling me.
Well, I think he might have flipped that 3 man and a baby into Bitcoin early. So
yep, and now he's into BlackRock coffee and Dutch Bros.
Yeah.
That's just what I'm hearing. It's just what I'm hearing.
So he's stacked, is what you're saying.
Stacked in the back.
Yeah.
Better thinking mom before a back like that.
But yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep. He also owns In-N-Out Fries too, a little franchise. So yeah, he can get some fries with that shake.
In-N-Out Fries.
If Goots could kill, he would be an Uzi.
Famously the worst fries.
Yes. Yeah, they are. They're pretty terrible.
They're fucking
so
terrible.
Pretty bland. Pretty bland.
Steve Gutenberg's net worth. Would you like it? Would you like to know it? Celebrity.
Yeah,
net worth?
Let's hear what the lamestream media is saying.
If it's not at least half $500 million, I don't trust it.
Well, it says 12 million. I bet he's got that like in his pocket right now.
Hey man, that can get you Derek Harmon if you're USC. That's all I'm saying.
I'm just saying. Pick your game up, Goots. Nice. I love my street agents from WCP in the chat. Buy a t-shirt. They're in the warehouse. USC should
deep in the warehouse.
USC should hire Willie Lyles from Booble. You love to see it. Yeah, so Oregon, continues to just, be really good at recruiting. So we'll see if it means they can actually win. I saw Brady Quinn not sold on Oregon. I think he's the only one.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Can they play in the style of Big Ten football?
If anyone knows Big Ten football, it's Brady Quinn. I'm just saying.
The physicality. Can they match the physicality of an Iowa or a Northwestern or a Penn State? That's Brady Quinn. That's what he sounds like.
Isn't he married to like AJ Hawk's sister?
I think they were just going out. I don't think they ever got married. But yes, she had the split jersey and all that. Yeah.
I thought that's how he's like going to try to claim Big Ten knowledge is that he was dating a Hawk.
So I guess Notre Dame did play Big Ten schools.
Transmitted Big Ten knowledge is what.
Exactly.
Yeah. You love to see it.
You bang someone from Ohio, it just seeps into your bloodstream.
Yeah.
I will say one of the funniest things I saw the last couple of days was post-spring practice top 25s.
Oh,
and they would put their revisions up. They would show you who they had in their top 30 before and now. It was like USC, not even in the top 40. Now, well, I'll watch that. This is how dumb. This is not a USC statement. This is a spring practice statement. And all these lists, they went from out of the top 30 to number 14, to number 15, to number 9 in one of them. You want to know why? Because Miller Moss was thrown to a guy wearing flags. And you want to know what? No one tackled him. I mean, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? I mean, I don't know how you could be... I don't know how you could be any more impressed by something like that. Oh my God, Joel Klatt. I mean, I'm sure you were just pouring over tape.
Brother.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
I was gonna say, who was putting these out? Like
everyone today, because someone started it yesterday, and today was like Joel Klatt, and everyone was like, well, I guess everyone else is putting them out. I'll put them out.
Please tell me, Joel, we at least someone did this and forced Joel Klatt to watch all these team spring games at least. At least that would be none of them do. You know that.
No. Stephen A. Smith doesn't even watch Knicks games, and he's on First Take every day talking about the Knicks. And he doesn't have any idea who the starters are. So
that's
speaking of the Knicks.
That's relatable, by the way.
Yeah, well, you don't watch sports. Yeah.
Name a Knicks player other than Brunson.
When you get around to the Super Bowl next month, you're in for a surprise.
It's on my DVR. I'm gonna get to it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else sick of the Knicks? Anyone else done with the Knicks? The Knicks propaganda?
Oh, I mean,
you don't watch sports, but in our ether ski.
Yeah.
Are you sick of the Knicks stuff?
Yes, but it's nothing new. Even when they were bad, it was still, people saying, "Oh, they're," especially preseason stuff like, "Oh, this is championship caliber team right here." They got Julius fucking Randle on this team. They got Isaiah Hartenstein. I mean, how do they not go all the way?
But here's my thing. People are like, "Oh, Knicks legends. Watch them in the front row." And they're like, "Oh, listen, I love Carmelo." Was anyone talking about Carmelo Anthony as a Knicks legend while he was a Knick?
No, they kind of talk shit about him the whole time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like 2 nights ago, I think it was game 1. Stephon Marbury was front row doing their Knicks legend, honorary Knick. Did Stephon Marbury ever win a playoff game with the Knicks?
Did he play more than 3 years with the Knicks?
He was better with the New Jersey Nets than the New York Knicks. What are we doing? The Knicks stuff just drives me insane because the Knicks haven't been good. I mean, no shit. But people will talk about them like they're this tortured franchise. Are they any more tortured than the Blazers, or are they just shitty like the Blazers? There's a difference between being bad and being tortured.
Are we going back into the with Ewing era, or is this
sure? Yes, go all the way back to Jordan beating.
I would say they were tortured then.
Yes, and you were 7.
Yeah.
Okay,
post Patrick Ewing leaving Madison Square Garden, they have just been bad. Terrible draft. Some of the worst trades for old aging big time stars that don't pan out. No, this has all been on them. They are not tortured. They are just shitty.
But even the Reggie Miller stuff this week, they're like, oh my God, look who's calling game 2 at MSG on TNT. Reggie Miller. You think Reggie Miller's been at TNT for like 20 years? You think Reggie Miller hasn't called a game in New York since he's been employed by TNT? Like, they showed him coming down the tunnel like he was Willis Reed in that overrated game where he had 4 points. Like, they literally did. That was the pregame, was him walking down the tunnel hobbling like Willis fucking Reed. And you want to know what cracked me the fuck up about the Reggie Miller thing with MSG is, one, this shows the Knicks propaganda. They built an entire 30 for 30 around Reggie Miller killing the Knicks.
Yeah.
Reggie Miller was 9 and 22 in the Garden. 9 and 22. The choking game where, oh my God, where they show it. Did you guys see game 1 where they're talking about, I can't remember who it was. I think it was Josh Hart. And they were like, we talked to Josh Hart. No, that was game 2, but game 1, they were like, we talked to Josh Hart about Reggie Miller owning the Knicks in that game with Spike Lee where he did the choking sign.
He wasn't even alive.
No, and he went, hold up. That wasn't a game 7? And they're like, no, that was game 1. That wasn't the Eastern Conference Finals or something? They're like, no, that was the first round. Like, we have built entire mythology around Reggie Miller winning a game 1 in like the first round against the Knicks 30 years later. I'm sorry, Pablo Torre. I'm sorry, whoever else. There's a bazillion New York media people because no shit, 30 million people live. Like, okay, I got it. The Knicks thing is crazy. You'll listen to stuff like the Knicks haven't been this far in 30 years. Fuckers, they won a playoff series last year. Is that impressive? No, not really. But again, the shitty-ass Blazers have done that a few times in the last 10 years. It's not that impressive to win a series. And hey, maybe they'll win the second round series. They're injured, maybe. They're going to get crushed by Boston. It's a formality. sick of hearing about the Knicks. Oh, the NBA is better when the Knicks are good. Then the NBA has sucked for 50 years because no one gives a fuck about the Knicks except for the Knicks and the people in the media because they're all from New York. It's enough. I'm done.
No, that's it. It's the media. It's the market. So like everybody in New York. Everybody in New York they're the ones who have these jobs. And they're obsessed with the teams that are from there. So they're going to say if the Knicks are better, if the Lakers are better, if all of these teams are good, then it makes the sport better. If the Yankees are good, then it makes baseball better. If, bullshit.
It doesn't make it better. It makes it easier for these people to talk about it.
But at least it. Like the Cowboys too, like it's the same shit.
You could fill weeks of that.
To your point about Reggie Miller, like we as a sports society are planted in the 90s. Like we are planted with all of our opinions, all of our lore. It's all from the fucking 90s. It's all when Michael Jordan played, when Ken Griffey Jr. played, when Bo Jackson played. It's like we are stuck and we can't.
It wasn't actually good.
And we can't fucking get out of it. We put these guys on pedestals they don't fucking belong on. They just don't. Like there are a dozen better shooters than Reggie Miller. Like Reggie Miller was a great player in his era. He's Jason Tatum.
No.
Except worse. Except he can't go to the basket. Like all he can do is shoot threes, right? Like
rebound.
There's like 30 better players than him in the league right now. Like stop. We got to stop. Like we got
Reggie Miller is Kyle Korver essentially in today's basketball. That's kind of what he'd be relegated to almost. Obviously you put him at the times he'd have to adapt and change his game with it, but that era of Reggie Miller is Kyle Korver. Spot up threes, pick and roll.
How good actually was Karl Malone? How good actually?
Kyle Korver, number 10 all-time 3-point percentage.
All time.
Still looking for Reggie Miller on this list.
Yeah, you keep scrolling.
Joe Ingles is on there. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, he is. Blazer legend Joe Ingles.
Doug McDermott's on there. Steve Novak is on there before Reggie Miller. Luke Kennard is on there before.
You know what we did with the
a lot of white guys you're listing off there.
To your point,
Wesley Person.
You know what we did with the fucking 90s and the Knicks? We somehow think that like Charles Oakley was a good basketball player and Anthony Mason was a good. They're fucking garbage.
But I wouldn't say that to their face. So.
They are no.
Moving on.
Editing. We'll cut this out. We'll cut this out. Yeah.
That's the era though. Is that you could have goons on your basketball team. You can't have goons on your team now because they are a liability out there, and Draymond Green is the closest we got to a goon in basketball nowadays, and he's been suspended more than anyone.
Kevin McHale is a Hall of Famer. Like, what are we?
Joe Harris, better 3-point percentage shooter than Reggie Miller.
McHale did average like 36 a game some years.
Sam Hauser, better 3-point shooter than Reggie Miller.
Peyton Pritchard.
Go through the
Dana
list.
Barros.
Oh well, yeah. Did he win a 3-point contest too? Are you gonna say something?
I think he did.
Yeah. So, did Reggie?
Oh, God, no.
Is BJ Armstrong on that list?
Craig Elo is definitely on that list.
Mark Price.
BJ Armstrong, right below Steph Curry and Sam Hauser.
Yes.
You love it.
But above Anthony Morrow and Desmond Bain, who are both ahead of Reggie Miller.
No, but is a lot of this Knicks just collating because there's most of the people that are talking sports on TV are old. Like this was younger generation of people. They had them on. They wouldn't be talking about the Knicks.
That's it.
Because they would have seen the Knicks win 2 playoff series in their lifetime, kind of thing. It's the fact that like I said, it's Michael Wilbon talking about the Bulls and Stephen A. talking about the Knicks. because they were in their like 30s then.
No, like 20s. No, they're in their 20s, starting out writing, doing this job, obsessing over the sport.
Those are beat, probably.
Those are their guys, right? And there's nobody that's ever going to be better than their guys. No, man. Like, fucking wake up, dude. Wake up. Look at the league right now. Look at how many great players there are right now who are way more athletic than those guys, better scorers. Like, nobody plays defense anymore, so who gives a fuck? But
I could see this is going to be cyclical with, when, let's say in 25 or 30 years, if, let's say the Warriors go back to being the old Warriors where they don't win shit for 15 or 20 years. In that time, I think they're going to be talked about like the Knicks then, right? It's going to be shown in that light of this, the Steph Curry era in their eyes is like then. I mean, I
don't think so.
It's a big market, though. It's not like, it was Milwaukee or something like that.
Media members aren't coming from Palo Alto. They're in Berkeley. They're curing cancer. So that is the difference there.
Okay, I got a question. How good do you think Larry Bird would be in today's NBA?
He would translate.
You think he would translate? All right.
Yeah.
I was sort of thinking that too, just how much he bodied people and
he was tough. Like he was tough and skilled. Like those guys like obvious no shit Jordan, Magic, and Bird, like those guys would translate. When you start selling me on like someone named Cornbread and all that, I'm like,
someone named Sleepy.
Yeah, Sleepy and Cornbread. They may have won 4 rings in the 80s, but I think I'm out on that.
Or Vin Baker. What about Vin?
Yeah,
Baker?
Him and the big dog together. Go Bucks. No, but at least Brady can at least look at, like, DeMar DeRozan averages like 22 points a game shooting mid-range jumpers. Larry Bird could average 22 points a game shooting mid-range jumpers easily.
DeMar DeRozan is going to be a Hall of Famer. Let that sink in. It's just
that's because the Basketball Hall of Fame lets in literally anything.
And everyone gets in. I mean, like Rudy Gobert is going to get in now as a 4-time Defensive Player of the Year. Okay.
What about Rudy? What about Rudy Gay?
He stopped putting up buckets too early.
All right, so there's the line about
Rudy Gay. Yeah, it's in baseball. There's the Mendoza line. Yeah. In the Basketball Hall of Fame, it's the Rudy G line.
Yeah, maybe we pick
the UConn Grizz line.
Maybe we pick somebody else for that line.
But he's the perfect guy, though. He played like 22 seasons and had some good years.
And then it says on Gobert's plaque, the one thing he couldn't defend was COVID-19.
COVID-19, yep.
What a fucking asshole that guy is.
I mean, how soft is he, missing a playoff game for the birth of his child?
Carlos Lachlan wouldn't start him. Telling you that.
Nope.
Soft batch cookie.
Soft batch.
Yep.
All right, anything else NBA?
No, I mean,
the Cavs are in the.
I will just say NBA's in a weird spot, and it cracks me up because right now, and this is this is an ESPN FS1 Twitter thing, Anthony Edwards next Jordan. That's cool. Whatever. You see the montage of them looking like each other, and they both dunked against the Phoenix Suns at some point in their career, so they're intertwined.
I generally like the way he plays a lot. Like,
yeah,
he's great. Yeah.
Watch Anthony Edwards just sneak off 2 straight titles this year and next year and win an MVP next year. And then watch them in year 3 when they're 41 and 18. I'm just making, just hypothetical.
Yeah.
Those people who are lobbing Jordan roses towards them, they're going to be, you want to know what? Nope. Post-COVID league, post-COVID era. Nope. Trust me, if Anthony Edwards starts winning titles, the people throwing that Jordan praise will be. You want to know what? Watch him in my youth. I can't give him that. Let's yank that back from him. Jordan forever.
Try a tried and true formula. You give it to him way too early, and then when he starts to earn it, like, he hasn't done enough.
Yeah,
he's not there yet.
Yeah,
See,
no,
I do disagree with you a little bit on kind of where the NBA is at. I think the NBA is loving where they're at right now because they could potentially get a Knicks Celtics Eastern Conference Finals, which they would just gobble up and love.
Sure. Yes.
And then you could have, young superstar Anthony Edwards against either young superstar Doncic or Shai Gilgeous. So you got the two ends of the storied franchises and the young.
No one cares about the West, man. The West ain't drawing. The West ain't drawing numbers.
They're better though. It's the thing.
Well, I mean, the
teams
Celtics
are better than the teams in the East. We'll see with that.
Yes, I don't think Chet Holmgren and SGA are bringing in the ranking, the TV ratings. I got to be honest with you.
Lugette's Dort definitely does.
Yeah.
WCP mentions in the chat, the NBA needs the Spurs to get good so they can better capitalize on Wemby. I don't know how marketable Wemby is, man.
Well, Nike's doing a good job with that whole alien crop thing they've been doing.
Mm-hmm.
He has like no personality, and he is really.
I
boring,
think he has some personality.
I just don't think
Duncan did.
I just don't think the foreign-born guys are going to want it. Like Jokic clearly doesn't want it. Luka doesn't really want it. Wemby might take over the whole sport, but I don't think he's going to want to be the face of. I don't think he's going to be doing Space Jam in 22 years, basically.
Well, that's why you have your Anthony Edwards with his multiple rings, and he'll be the face.
Oh, remember, post-COVID era. Doesn't really count. That doesn't really count.
Are they going to start putting it in terms of like when LeBron retires? Like, oh, you won a title when LeBron wasn't in the league anymore? Asterisk.
Yeah,
I mean,
like when Jordan left, right? Like, all these teams finally won titles, and it's like,
was a team really that good?
Clyde Drexler.
I don't know. I watched Nick Anderson fleece Michael Jordan in a playoff game and send his ass home. So I don't. Apparently, that didn't happen though either.
We thought Dennis Scott and Mitch Richmond were elite scorers in the 90s, guys. This is what I'm talking about.
I mean, listen, Jordan won all these rings in the expansion era. I mean, Charlotte Hornets, the Orlando Magic, the Miami Heat, the Minnesota Timberwolves. I mean, this was a diluted league, folks, when Michael Jordan came in. Do these rings really count? I'm just saying, if Ronnie Cycli was on another team, I don't think he's getting past. I don't think Jordan's getting past them. He was on an exhibition team. Christian Laettner was on the Dream Team. If he was on, I don't know, the 91 Blazers, is Michael Jordan getting past them? Who's to say? Even though I think they played the Lakers in 91. Doesn't matter. It's besides the point. I'm just saying, if Grandmama and Zoe were on an established team like the Utah Jazz, is Michael Jordan winning a title in 1994? I don't think so. Malone, Stockton, Grandmama, Zoe, it's over. Exhibition era or expansion era, Jordan doesn't count. No rings. Zero. Kevin Durant, 0 rings.
The Cavs had one black guard. They probably win some rings.
Exactly.
Terrell Brandon? We just forgetting about Terrell Brandon? Jeez.
Yeah, he was a little later in the expansion era.
The Mark Price and the Craig Elo era.
Yeah.
I remember the era.
Hot Rod Williams.
Listen, the Cavs would have had B.J. Armstrong, your black guard, but he had to go to Charlotte in the expansion draft. Keep that third eye open, Jordan. No rings.
Mm-hmm.
3 eyes, Jordan. No rings. No three-peats. Loser. Bum.
Then LeBron would have been a non-factor because the Cavs would already had some titles.
Yep.
Yeah, then
he has to go to
his
South
ring
Beach.
in Cleveland wouldn't mean so much.
Yeah, exactly. Then he doesn't go chase it in South Beach. Who knows what happens?
This is good from Booble in the chat. Wemby is the Mike Trout of the NBA.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. He's never gonna win anything if he stays on that team. Not gonna happen.
He's got Popovich at least. That gives you a puncher's chance if you can get some talent around.
Yeah, they got to get some talent.
What's Pop really done? I mean, he won a ring in the lockout year. He had the Twin Towers because they rigged the draft lottery. They turned the heat on so LeBron and Wade couldn't play in that one series.
They were the only team with like European scouts.
I mean, even Popovich won ring. He has one. Yeah, he's got the one.
He's also like
the one year they made the Lakers cry on the sidelines. I'll give them that one. I think they beat the Nets in the finals. So I think we probably know Lakers Spurs was the real finals there.
Yeah.
he's also like 90, isn't he? Like he is ancient.
He's
at
pretty
this
old.
point. Yeah.
I might have to start though, like doing a Nets era thing, right? Take away titles from people who won in the Nets era.
I like this.
In the Nets era.
Jerome Junkyard Williams. That's what you were going.
Yeah. Love those Nets teams.
That's good. Okay. How about Ipe? Free Ipe? Do we want a free Ipe?
I think we can say he's guilty.
So the news that
Let's free him.
I was
of
wrong on
some
that one.
years.
Yeah.
Let's free him of some years, maybe.
Yeah, we were wrong. We're sorry. So Ipe is going to plead guilty, I think is the story. He hasn't actually done it yet and is facing 33 years in prison for stealing money from Shohei, allegedly. Because I say allegedly because he hasn't actually.
We're sorry.
We're sorry, sad face. It's a correction. We hear you.
And we see you.
We see you. We value you. I mean, tweet at us or something, whatever. Yeah, so, and then apparently they're going to make a TV show out of it. Lionsgate has optioned a TV show about the whole thing, so we're going to get to watch this pretty soon. And who knows if it's going to be the true story, right? I mean, depending on who you ask. Shohei, I mean, is he the fall guy for the king? I don't know. Is the Yakuza involved? I don't know. I don't know.
Definitely is.
Been watching too much Tokyo Vice lately, man. They got their they're weaving in and out of our society now, boys. Free Ipe. That's all I'm saying. So yeah. He gone.
Yeah. He's doing some amount of time at least.
Yeah. Let's see. What else we got? What else is happening? Kendrick and Drake. I don't know.
I mean, my one thought on that, I have two thoughts. I
got a couple.
Kendrick won. Kendrick won. Like it was over before even that Saturday night drop, which became an instant anthem banger.
It's a banger. Yep.
It's a banger. But people, you don't have to like Drake. Like you don't have to like his music. You have to respect Drake. You could think he's a terrible technical rapper. That's all fine and good. It's all personal preference and all that. And on some of the technical stuff, you're right. But the people that are like, well, Drake's never made a banger. It's like,
no.
He has. Like,
yes, he has. Of course he has.
And like, did anyone even going into this week think he was one of the best technical rappers of all time? Not a chance.
No, I think most people were shocked that this was happening. Like, what is he doing? Like, he's famous. He's rich. It's like he said. It's like Tom Brady with the roast, right? It's like, why do that? Like, why set yourself up for that? Like, you know, Tom Brady goes into that, and then all of a sudden everybody starts making fun of Giselle for fucking everybody, and then he has to apologize to Giselle for it. It's like, well, what did you expect was going to happen, man? It's the same thing with Drake. It's like, why would you diss Kendrick Lamar of all people? Like, this is one of the best lyricists ever. Like, why? And you're you. What do you think is going to happen here? And by the way, you know the rumors about you. Like, they've been going on for like 5 or 10 years now. You know what people say about you. Guess what? The best lyricist in rap is going to say that shit about you. Like, why put yourself in that position?
He didn't pull a B Rabbit where he like said the things himself first so they lose his steam. Did he do that in any of his stuff?
No. Well, his thing was that he said he started planting misinformation. And that's when he had Kendrick right where he wanted him. Yeah. Right where he wanted him because he used it.
Okay.
I did. So a takeaway I did have from this too is, you know, a lot of the things Kendrick said about Drake, and a lot of the things Drake said about Kendrick are things that, speaking of the 90s, that rappers in the 90s used to brag about. So like being deadbeat dads, going after underage women, like all of these things that they're getting shit for now. That's what was popular. Remember the song where Biggie like rapped about like young, fresh and green? Like, come on, man. Like that's lot of the shit, like if you listen to 90s rap, a lot of that shit is very, very cringy now, for those reasons. So yeah, Boobles, the Dead Wrong song, listen to it's Biggie and Eminem on the Dead Wrong. Like listen to that song, listen to Biggie's lyrics on it. They are weird. Like fucking weird. So I don't know, I'm just saying, again, like why go after Kendrick? It doesn't make any sense.
And why did you go into it thinking J. Cole would be an ally at first?
Yeah. J. Cole's like, nope.
Can I just say something? If I ever have insomnia, I've said this before, J. Cole puts me right to sleep. What a boring musician. Again, people love him. Generationally wealthy, just not my thing. I think he is a snooze fest. Just my opinion. Like, I think is this catchline like Dreamville on his clothes? Something like that. And I'm like, buddy, like, yeah, that's where you put me, is Dreamville. Like,
call him the Sandman for a reason.
It's cool that you're in touch with your emotions, but at least when Drake was doing that, he was catchy and upbeat, and you're just sad and you sit on rocks and you look pouty and you wear oversized puffy jackets in the summer, and Texas is weird.
Would you call him like? Would you call him emo rap then?
He's the whitest rapper ever. I mean, come on. That man. Come on. That man is on Ambien. Was on Ambien before it was cool.
J. Cole, I'm happy for you that you go to therapy, man. I really am. I'm happy that you're getting in touch with your inner child and all of these things. Like, I really am. I just don't necessarily want to hear you rap about it.
Yeah, therapy rappers. I don't need to hear about,
so not
positions of power and triggering and all.
Yeah.
So where do you guys put this battle at? Is it
number one
all time?
All time.
Battle?
Come on, yeah. It was prolonged. Drake, Family Matters by Drake was good. The one he came out with on Sunday was a pathetic whimpering where he was like, just talking. Hey, man, it was really good to bring the pen out again. You'd be a good competitor if I wasn't a predator. Oh, God.
I mean, Ice Cube did have like almost an entire album of just going after people. So
yeah, it was a different era. Yeah.
Cannabis did too.
Yo, Ice Cube wrote No Vaseline. Jesus Christ. Yo, yeah. When NWA broke up, they like remember the Eazy-E song too, like Real Motherfucking G's. Like,
G's. By the way, when I was at the Mariners, probably the whitest person on the Mariners team, which is saying something because they are very white. His walkout music is Real Motherfucking G's.
Real mother trucking tees. Did they just play the background? There was no lyrics to it.
Oh, you hear Easy in there too. So
really?
Not a lot, but like
love that.
A verse maybe at most.
Well, no, like a Dodgers player had the Kendrick battle song like as his walk up.
Did it?
Yeah. Good stuff. Ooh, Booble with a hot take. Fuck with Dre Day sucks. Don't agree. I do think the underrated is the LL Cool J cannabis beef. Like that was.
Oh, I thought you were talking about. I thought you were talking about the LL Cool J one where he was talking shit to the shark that killed him in Deep Blue Sea. That's a. What was his heart? Was like a shark fin or something? I know that's where you're going with it. That was a great moment in rap. Killer. My heart is like a shark fin.
Yeah, but it's LL Cool J, so he's like making out with the camera while he's doing it. Or he do the peace thing. That was his thing, right? Yeah. Second round KO. Yeah, that's it. Thanks, Booble. Yeah. That song is very good. And he's got like Mike Tyson on it too, right?
Yeah, it's a banger beat also. Just
Oh,
like dun, dun, dun. And there's like a bell, like the bell starts like ding, ding.
Yeah, dude, that song is incredible.
But it goes as your point is, don't go at great lyricist.
Mm-hmm.
Cannabis, you might not like his music. He's a fantastic lyricist.
Mm-hmm. Yo, and by the way, like these songs we're talking about are really good songs.
Yeah.
Like whatever Drake was doing here, like make a good song, like make an undeniably good song, and then people can't fuck with you, or they'll be like, you know what, Kendrick is better than you, but you held your own. Like that's what people can say. But if you come weak with this nonsense, like
you got to come strong. Like you got to do shit like. My heart is like a shark fin. that's how you gotta come at it, man.
Are you sure this wasn't just the soundtrack to like Shark's Tale?
No, I'm looking at it. Deepest bluest. Shark's fin talking shit to the shark in a deep blue sea. Killer's got to eat too. Looking for human flesh to rip my teeth through. Oh my god.
Oh god. I mean,
what a bar, LL. What a bar.
How's the shark going to come back from that?
I don't know. Jet black eyes, baby. They stare while you sleep. When your Titanic sinks, I'm the one you gon' meet.
Oh, yo, that shark is tuna fish, baby.
That shark's got nothing. Nothing.
That shark is krill.
Half man, half shark. My jaws don't fall. That doesn't even rhyme.
Come on, man.
The shark one.
He was on CSI at that point. Like, you know, what do you? It's fine. It's fine. Give him a pass. LL Cool J is hard as hell. All right. Anything else before we do our list? Do you want to do our list? Let's do our list.
Do it.
Okay. Our list is from last week, and thank you, chat, for reminding us. It is top 3 arcade games. So we talked about Wonderland last week, and the arcade games we would play there. And this week, our list is top 3 arcade games. And I was sort of realizing, as I was gathering my list, how many really good games I used to play there that I forgot about last week. And so this was actually kind of a tough list to pick. So who wants to start?
I'll start then.
I got a bunch of honorable mentions too, man.
I got 5, so
yeah,
I'll
okay.
throw 2 in at the end. But
all
right, I'll go. My number 3 is Sunset Riders.
Sunset Riders is great. It was great. Like the Wild West game where you're like the cowboys. Yeah, man. Jumping on trains and shit, like that game was
on the back.
fun.
You're right on a horse. Yeah, doing everything.
Fun as hell. Yes. All right, my number 3 is the Simpsons game. That was fun, and I think they have it at what's it called? Chicken Bones.
Chicken Bones has
it.
it.
If you go to Chicken Bones, you can still play it there. But yeah, that game I played a bunch.
I think you could throw a bunch in that. Simpsons, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the X-Men game.
Yep.
Yeah, you kind of throw all 3 of those and bunch them together.
Those 2 are on my honorable mention list. So thank you for mentioning them.
Because I
got more. Yep. All right, what you got, King?
My number 3 is that Aerosmith game.
Yeah. Just love shooting discs.
Yeah, throwing CDs. It's fun.
Are they shooting records?
No, they're CDs.
They're
CDs.
Definitely CDs. Yeah, they were like shiny and shit. All right, 3s from the chat. Booble says NFL Blitz. Yes. Duck Chef also says the Simpsons game. Oh, they're hitting wrong buttons.
My bad.
WCP says Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yes. All right.
Yep, lump them all together. All right, my number 2. It's a personal one, especially. I mean, everyone played it, but I was pretty good at Street Fighter 2 in the arcade.
Mm-hmm.
you put your quarter up. Forgot next.
Street Fighter 2 Tournament Edition, actually. Tournament Edition. They had that in the I think I talked about that last week, didn't I? Where I'd go play the arcade games at 7-Eleven on 6th and Blair.
Yeah, they had
Ride my bike, like put my quarters in. Street Fighter 2 Tournament Edition. That shit was a banger. And then it came out on like Genesis 2 or something, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
yeah.
I like Booble said, NFL Blitz, good arcade game, but equally as fun on console.
64,
like Street Fighter 2 much better as an arcade game than console game.
Yep. Let's see. So my number 2 is Mortal Kombat. Yeah.
Lump those together too. Same thing.
Yep.
Tekken, whatever you want to throw in there.
I didn't play a lot of Tekken. I don't. Yeah.
Too slow moving and.
Yeah. No, I was definitely a huge Mortal Kombat guy though. I remember I played that a lot when I'd go to the mall, or like I'd go to a movie, and after the movie I'd go into like the little arcade they'd have at the theater, like, and just play Mortal Kombat for like an hour afterwards. Man, back in the day when you just get dropped off at the mall. Like, could you imagine
But you'll pick you up at some time.
Kid, do you do that shit with your kids? Do you just like drop them off places and leave them?
No. I mean, the oldest one a little bit because he's almost in high school. Like the mall is where we'll do it.
It seems like it might be safe now. I think the mall's probably it, right? I don't know.
But my thing is like, I'm like, you see, okay, steal my kid. No. I'm like, it's 2024. He's got gadgets on him that track him every fucking where.
Yeah, he's got Find My iPhone on him.
Put him in a trunk. Yeah, okay, I'll follow you down Coburg Road. Like, it's not trying to minimize some of this stuff. It's just a little easier to track him. If you want to play the game where someone is at the mall and wants to kidnap your shithead 14-year-old, like.
Who would want to?
Who would do that?
They would have a very difficult time kidnapping your 14-year-old.
Yes, that would not. Yeah, that would be.
That wouldn't go well for them. Probably.
No, but it's not the same as we get dropped off at 11 and somehow find our way home by dark kind of thing. There's not those days.
Rode my bike by myself to 7-Eleven on 6th and
probably middle school too.
Without
elementary school. Elementary school, I did this.
Good thing you didn't run into Austin Davies or Jalen Austin or whatever that are football players.
Allegedly.
Well,
allegedly.
I mean, were you carrying a hammer around with you, riding in the Blair district there? I mean,
someone's telling on himself. I carry a hammer on me 24/7.
Yeah.
Did you do your number 2 yet?
I did not.
Okay, what is it?
It's Gauntlet. I used to play it at Willamette Pass when I was a kid. It was one of the things I remember was Gauntlet on the arcade.
Going old school with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. The Gauntlet and like Battle Axe. Like, remember Battle Axe?
Yeah. They had Battle Axe and Operation Wolf. Those were the 3 games they had.
Totally. All right, number 2's from the chat. Booble says Virtua Cop. WCP
one of the first like little shooter arcade games.
Yeah, not bad.
It didn't have. I wonder what the first one. It had like the little pedal to like take cover. You like tap the pedal and you would duck off screen. I don't know if that was Virtua Cop or not. But that was definitely you had to shoot off screen to reload your bullets.
What was it? It was like House of the Dead. Was that
House of the Dead, baby?
Yeah. Yeah, no, totally. You had to like aim down and shoot to reload or something. Like, yeah. House of the Dead was another one too. All right, 2's from the chat. Let's see. WCP says Ivan Iron Man Stewart's Super Off Road. Yes, that was the one I talked about last week.
Yeah.
That still places, and I still play it every time. It's at round 1. They have that game, and it's fucking fantastic. Duck Duck Chef thrown in Buck Hunter. Yeah.
What a classic fucking game.
Yeah. And by the way, like
nice power game right there.
Golden Tee as well, by the way.
Tee.
Like sort of in the same
Golden Tee's fucking tax though. So it's Buck Hunter. If you want to like run through an entire hunt, it's like $6.
Yeah. Which is that any worse than other arcade games? If you wanted to actually beat the game, yeah. You know what?
Well, was that Wonderland with Nichols? You were good.
I just fucking remembered one that I don't have on my list that I'm going to mention after we're done because it's fucking unbelievable that I don't. And
I have.
You might not either. Yeah.
I have two. Oh man, I'm fucking. How did I miss this one?
Yeah. All right. What's your one, Ski?
All right, my number one greatest all-time arcade game, Battletoads.
Battletoads. I didn't know that was arcade. I thought that was just like Sega Genesis or something. Huh.
It was original Nintendo.
No shit.
That was like the era of it.
No shit.
But I always throw that in with like the side scroller like that, like Double Dragon and like Streets of Rage. Final Fight. Those are all kind of lumped together in my eyes, but I always like Battletoads.
Totally.
Battletoads.
My number one is Street Fighter 2 Tournament Edition. That's like the first one I really got into, and like the fact that like me and a buddy would ride our bikes just to 7-Eleven just to play that, like with quarters, like we'd gather quarters to ride our bikes there and just play that says a lot.
Did you ever go up against some like savant crackheads down there that rolled?
You throw your quarter up, and then the crackhead comes. Hey man, I got this. He's spinning Chun-Li upside down and just whomping your ass.
Unstoppable.
Yep. How about you, King?
My number one is the Jurassic Park game from 1997, where you had to sit down in a big old booth and rumble. They're breaking shit.
Yeah.
That's my number one.
Yeah, man. Like those games where you actually had to go into a thing. Fantastic. It was so good.
And that game's still around. It's still you'll see it at places.
I think that's around
it's Putters for sure.
Yeah, Putters, dude. Oh my god, I forgot about Putters. Oh, dude. Okay, so here's the one I was just thinking of, like in the middle of our list that I can't believe none of us mentioned. NBA Jam.
With NBA Jam, yeah.
Yeah, like NBA.
Got Skiles and Shaq every time. That was the one I realized I forgot to.
Yeah, that's
Shaq and Scotty Skiles, Gritty Gutty Scotty Skiles. Yep.
Can we all just say NBA Jam's number one for everybody, and everything else is like, I mean,
Ski's gonna go well. I mean, the console. I was superior at the console.
I think you'll find. Yeah.
I'm going to say NBA Jam wasn't even the best arcade basketball game.
Oh, he's Pat Riley's basketball over here.
Actually.
Oh no, you're gonna do a battle.
Bulls versus Blazers. Like, come on.
I'm an NBA Hang Time guy.
Hang Time was good. It was good. Not as good as NBA Jam. Come on, man. Come on.
Hang Time show on Saturday mornings with Reggie Theus as the coach, and Dick Butkus was better. Hang time, running together.
Wow.
Hang time, putting it on the line.
That is a deep cut.
And then I just remember they go, hang time.
Okay.
They actually like high-fived each other also.
Yeah, I mean, can you imagine Reggie Theus taking over for Dick Butkus? I mean,
I know.
Preposterous.
Tecmo Bowl wasn't an arcade game, was it? It wasn't. I think it was.
I don't think so.
I think it was just console. Yeah. That was just Nintendo. Yeah,
that was Nintendo.
And then
Super
Tecmo
Nintendo.
Bowl.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, we got a bunch of honorable mentions here.
I'm going to throw mine. Did you get their ones? Because I got a couple real quick. I'm going to throw them together. The Cruisin' USA, Cruisin' World driving game.
Oh, yeah.
And on King's one, there is I played it in a couple places. It was called Initial D. It was a racing game, but it was one to where you're sitting and driving, and it moves. The thing actually moves.
Yeah.
And it was back in like early 2000s. Like, oh, this is sick. I'm banking corners and it's tilting me over.
Okay, real quick. I almost did it. Last week, I didn't say the chat's number ones. I totally just skipped over them and ended the podcast. I almost did it again. So WCP says T2 is his number one.
It's a great one.
Yes, it is. This reminded me of it. You saying Cruisin' USA, because that's Booble's number one. And then Duck Duck Chef says Star Wars Empire Strikes Back. This is number one.
I did love those Star Wars games with 64. I know that's a little different.
No, fantastic. Yep.
Yeah.
And then some honorable mentions from the chat. Booble says WWF WrestleMania. That was good. That was so fun. And then pinball for him, just like regular pinball. Just, I mean,
any pinball is good.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
You getting a malt afterwards?
Yeah, a phosphate at the.
I got some wall bonds.
I always think pinball is kind of iffy when the Who wrote a whole song about a guy that's blind, deaf, and dumb, but he was a pinball wizard. I mean, that guy can't see or hear anything.
In his eyes.
Yeah. No, jukebox hero, pinball wizard.
I mean,
whatever.
Same thing.
He also.
Sorry, I'm reading Hang Time lyrics. I'm distracted.
He also.
Hang Time, the best opening rap to any video game.
You wanna?
I don't think I remember that.
Yeah, you wanna.
I gotta pull it up now.
Yeah, okay. I'll give some honorable mentions while you do that. Excuse me while I whip this out. Booble says also honorable mention Golden Tee. Yes. WCP's honorable mentions X-Men, The Simpsons, Double Dragon, Sunset Riders, Mortal Kombat, Daytona USA, Buck Hunter, and then he did mention NBA Jam. Let's see. Ooh, I like this. Duck Duck Chef DDR, some Dance Dance Revolution.
I was always afraid to play that in public.
Me too.
To be perfectly honest.
No, you look at the people who played it, and they were really good at it.
Yep,
and I'm like,
I was out.
How do I even? How do I start to get good at this? It's like, no, too intimidating. He also says Need for Speed Afterburner.
Need for Speed.
No, Booble. Ski's not gonna sing. Ski is gonna rap.
Well, yeah, it's obviously a rap.
Yeah. And then, that's all of my honorable mentions, too. Yeah, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was a big one. I felt weird not having it on my top 3 because I played it so much. But I think I played it more on console than I did in the actual arcade. So
I'm reading these Hang Time lyrics. I really don't think they were jamming forever.
Did you find the one? It was M. Doc did the rap for it.
What?
This one is thanks to Biff Jones.
Yeah, how do we feel about these, by the way? Like Papa Shot? Booble says Papa Shot. Does that count?
No.
No, I mean...
It takes skill. It's a different skill set.
My strategy for that is middle of the square every single time. You just laser them at the square. And then the ball, because the balls are always flat, so they just right down.
Did you know that in Hang Time, not only were they hanging together, but they were sharing a dream so fine?
How much of this can I play that we don't get copy struck by M. Doc? Is the question.
I think it's like 15 seconds. Is that all?
50, all right, I'm gonna try to do it for 15 seconds and tell me this.
You can just rap it. Come on, man.
You need to hear the beat.
We can't hear it. But go ahead.
Damn it.
No.
No.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Yeah, we can hear it. Yeah. No, Ski, go ahead. Go off.
He raps too fast. I don't have that flow.
Okay.
Just search M. Doc, what you gonna do, and tell me it's
M. Doc, what you gonna do? Okay. Also, some more honorable mentions before we bounce out of here. WCP says Frogger, Rampage, which we forgot. Rampage was great. And then Asteroids too. Yeah, Rampage was great. I played a lot of Rampage. What was the Spy versus Spy? I played that one too. That game's hard as shit, by the way. Like, just it's like you're chasing on a car and it moves way too fast. I don't know how anybody's ever good at that, but yeah. All right. Anything else? We good?
Well, if you were playing for the team in Hang Time, you'd be hot. You'd be in the zone, part of the team. You'd win a game. Never alone. That's just the mantra. You would win that game.
Pac-Man.
That was a Ms. Pac-Man on Sega.
Ms. If anything, it's Ms.
Pac-Man. Ms. was better.
Give me the bow.
Yep.
All right. Movie on Sunday. I forgot to mention that at the start of the podcast. I'm glad I just remembered it. That's good work by me. It is Blockers. Blockers on Hulu. The three of you in the chat right now who have been chatting all recommended this movie, so I hope you watched it. You can listen to us talk about it.
You need to sing it,
Okay.
Ski.
You need to sing it, man. Yeah.
I can't. It's too fast. I'm telling you.
Okay. All right.
Is it too furious?
7. It's Too Fast Furious 7.
Too
That's
fast.
the level of it.
Too furious. All right, we're gonna leave now. Thanks for watching.
Hang
Thanks for listening.
time.
Hang time.